I'm on the perfect grind, I'm on the come up, and you know you gotta give us that. And I'm headed for the top. Now where all my niggas at? The skies, I never give up. I got my hands up to the skies, I never give up.
Tell us your name and let us know what you actually do.
My name is Marcus, and I am a fashion designer and a stylist. And I just been working in the fashion industry in LA and Hollywood. So just networking with everybody as much as possible.
How long have you been in the fashion industry?
I just really started last year around March. But honestly, I've just been into fashion since like I was young, like 2000. I just pretty much picked it up from, my uncles and people I went to school with. Like everybody had to just be like fresh. I think that was like a big thing for us growing up. It's just like if you got the matching shirt to go with the jacket or like the shoes to match the hat, like that was like a thing for us, like going to school,
Right.
just being like, oh man, did you see what's his name? He had the new shoes with the brand new hat. Like it was a big thing to us growing up.
Okay. So you said you started last year and you have friends and family who's really into it and you want to keep them up to date. So that's how you got started. That was your motivation?
Yeah. I got a best friend named Nelly. She knows some people in the industry as well that's into fashion. So she was telling me like, hey, you need to put yourself out there. So I just looked online and I seen that it was a fashion event that my friend that was putting on. So I went there and I supported her, and it was really good. And I just started making connections, and I just kept in the industry with just different artists and different fashion designers and models and things in that nature.
For those of you who are just tuning in, we are doing live Instagram interviews. I'm here with the fashion designer. His name is Marcus. Marcus, thank you for joining us again. So sometimes people feel that it's kind of hard to get into the fashion industry. Some people are intimidated by other designers. How did you stay positive in starting your business?
What I did, I just pretty much I just went for it. And I just started reaching out, and I just knew like if you want to be in this industry, yeah, it could be tough, but in my mindset, I was just like, if I continue just to go to as many shows as possible and just start networking, eventually people will start seeing me and be like, hey, who is this guy? Because I'm always supporting everybody that's around me. If I see people that's doing good, it's just like, I'm always motivating and just letting people know like, hey, I thought this was good. Or, you could tweak this. But majority of the time, I just love to support people and just like, promote. Because I know if I give that, I'm going to get it back. So that's just who I am.
Okay. So it's something new. You just started last year. What are your goals for 2020? What is your plan with your business this year?
Just work with as many people as possible. Like I really have a big vision, and I'm working on my own magazine. I'm working on getting my website and trying to get my clothes launched, like just from overseas and just different places. And I wanted to start a tour, so I wanted to be able to just go to different states and stuff and just do pop-up shows and stuff and just network with people as much as possible and just because I want to be a way for people just to get in, but like, hey, he's that person that's just like, he'll bring in anybody and just work with them, But I got to just see if your motives and your mindset is on the right page for you to go, with me and on my journey, because I can't take everybody. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I want to do that. I want to be able to just go to different places like New York and Paris and just, be a part of, what everybody has going on.
So what kind of clothing do you have? Is it like casual wear? Is it business wear? Like what styles do you market?
It's just different markets that I'm working on. More like a Ralph Lauren type of look because it's like more universal, and kind of like not really a FUBU, but something kind of bright like that, or like the bright colors, because I like to be, you know, noticeable. Learning that from my mentor, you know, colors attract. So it's just like I've always been a fan of just like different colors and just being unique and kind of out the box from other people, and just really just try to build something that, you know, nobody has, and just try to reach all the consumers, from, you know, people that are skinny or, you know, heavy set. It's just like I really want to work with everybody.
Right.
So I want to just pretty much just like just do that. I just really want to just reach everybody and just make everybody feel comfortable in what they're wearing. Because some people, you know, I go to the store and I see big and tall, and I'm just like, man, like, why did they make clothes, you know, so unattractive, and people, you know, in different sizes, they have style. So it's just like, man, if I seen this at the mall, I would buy this if it was my size. So it's
Right.
just like, picked up those informations, and I just started noting them like, hey, you know, I want to make sure I make clothes for, you know, everybody. And if I don't have it, I would love to get it custom made for, you know, that consumer.
I mean, that is a challenge for a lot of people when you see something in the magazine or on the mannequin and it looks really, really nice, but it's a small size, and you know the average person is not as small. You're not able to wear that, and it makes you feel kind of bad about yourself sometimes, you know. And it shouldn't be that way. So you being able to create a brand that allows people to feel comfortable in their own skin and in their own size, and be able to still wear nice things, I think that that's really dope. That's really cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you have any advice for someone who's starting in the fashion industry?
Yeah, a lot actually. It's just go for it. Like, if you don't have to be all the way ready. Like right now, I'm not all the way ready, but it's just like you just got to take a shot in the dark. And I use that slogan from Nike. It's just like, just do it. Like, don't waste all this time trying to prepare yourself. It's just like, hey, you know, I got a little bit right now, just go for it. Try to learn the aspects of the fashion. Try to see like how the models walk, communicate with people that set up the shows. Um, just look at the whole, you know, setup on the outside and the inside, and seeing if that's something that you kind of want to, you know, go with when you want to set up your fashion show or something. So it's just like, you really just have to go out there and just talk like, hey, you know, what do you do? And just communicate with people and just network. I feel like that's the biggest thing. It's pretty much just branding yourself when you go out there and go to these shows, because eventually, you know, your name will get out there, but you have to do the work. You have to get up and just be like, hey, today's the day. I'm going to just go to this show. If you do music, you have to just get up and just be around these people that do music. And I feel like that's what I'm doing with my fashion right now. Just pretty much just kind of being behind the scenes and just helping out as much as I possibly can.
Right. We actually met at a fashion show for the Trendex and Virgil fashion show. Shout out to Edna and to Ugo.
Yeah.
And you were there learning a couple things, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, the Embright invitations, and just how the setup was. And, you know, I knew the store was different than it was before they set it up for the fashion show, but it's just learning like how they, you know, met with the store owner and how they switched everything around so it could be ready for a fashion show. And it's just like, it's a lot to learn behind the scenes before you just go in there. And a lot of people be thinking like, oh, you know, I can do it, but everybody knows how to like set up and stuff. It has the vision. I feel like that's where you got to come in at. You got to communicate with the people that you want to network with, and just like, you just have the vision of like, oh, you know, this color with this or this with this, and just kind of communicate with who you're working with. And that's just how, you know, things happen. I was in a different business before I really started pursuing my fashion. I was in a business. One of my mentors at one time, he lives in Newport, and it was like a business where like you just communicate with people, and you just learn how to communicate with like just different customers and stuff. And I felt like when I did that business, it didn't, you know, I didn't continue with it, but I learned a lot from there. That I know how to communicate with people on a business aspect, and people were like, oh my gosh, you're so professional. I wasn't expecting you to, you know, speak to me like that, and you have so much knowledge. And it was just like, you keep your circle, you know, whoever's in your circle is who pretty much you're going to be like. So it's just like, I always wanted to be around people that were doing things like multimillionaires, and people that were in like, real estate and stocks and stuff, and the way that they communicate to their customers. And it's just like, I kept myself around them. I always take notes. I always keep me a pen and a pad at all times, because you never know. You might not remember all that information. So it's good to just jot it down or record it on your phone so you can play it back. 'Cause most of the time, if you read it or you play it back, you kind of be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that part. So it's always good to just take notes and keep a pen and a pad on you, especially if you're going to be meeting with somebody that's on a different margin than what you are, or kind of, made a path already. You kind of want to just keep up with them and just take notes and be like, hey, I want to be the next you.
Right. I mean, it's just like when people read the dictionary to expand their vocabulary. If you want to expand your knowledge in the business world, you want to be around people who are in the actual field or in the actual business world. I tell people all the time that if you have a business and, you're trying to get it started, take a couple classes. You don't have to go and complete a complete major, but take like a business class just to educate you on how to manage your money, how to present your business to people in the marketing field, how to build your clientele, how to communicate with your customers, the business laws, the basic laws about running your business, especially if you're selling product. It's very important that you continue to educate yourself. You learn from different people every day. So it's not going to hurt to ask your business. It's always a plus. You still
That's all correct.
So again, you guys, we are here with Marcus. Marcus is a fashion designer. Great interview. Thank you for tuning in and answering those questions. If you guys want to follow him, his name is, what's your Instagram?
I'll put it down there in the caption. Is PC_HA_1827. That's a part of my clothing line, as well as my best friend Trey, his clothing line as well. So keep on the lookout. It's coming out. Working on it this year, so we're going to try to have it on Amazon and other places like that, so everybody can be able to purchase. And we're just going to have it in live so we can meet people and do signings for shirts and just take pictures and things like that.
Okay, so make sure you follow him. Again, thank you, Marcus, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Have a good one.
You too.